Hello there, everybody, and happy October. I hope you all are having a beautiful month. Today it is very windy outside. I see the leaves outside my window just blowing in the wind, and leaves are falling everywhere. I thought today would be a good day to read a little bit to you from this comic book. Now this comic book has some really cool pictures inside of it, and I will show those more to you as we go along today. But before I start reading, I will show just a close-up look at this first page. Now, this comic book is from 1997. And it is number 4. Number 4 of the series, I guess. So I don't have number 1, 2, or 3. So I actually found this comic a couple months back. I was at this comic book shop, and they also sell like video games and action figures, record albums. Let's see, what else do they sell? They sell little board games. They sell movies and CDs. So it's kind of just a really cool shop to go to. And I came across a few different comic books that were really cool, that I wasn't really familiar with, and this was one of them. So I only found part 4, so I don't have 1, 2, or 3 yet. If I like this one, then maybe I will look for the other 3 that go with this. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started reading to you guys, okay? And by the way, while I'm reading to you today, if you hear any windy sounds, or you can kind of hear it, that is just all the trees outside my house kind of going a little crazy. It is very windy out today, but I think it's got me in a very relaxing mood. So I think that it'll be quite fine if you guys do hear the wind. So I hope if you do hear it, you enjoy it. So how I'm going to do this today, I'm just going to whisper the story to you, and then when I'm done with the page, I will show you the pictures that were on the page. Okay? And if you're not watching, I hope you enjoy the sounds and enjoy the spooky story time, okay? So it starts out. Nightmare Theater. from your night. Good evening, Mr. Mischief Her. With Halloween just hours away, we're celebrating Mischief Night and the grand opening of Nightmare Theater. So glad you could come, Mummy Man. Mummy Man. Psychotica, my dear. Psychotica, my dear. You look simply creepy. You sweet talker, you. Dang glob. I'll be here all night cleaning up after ya. Bubbla, 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 bubbla. A minute later. Dot, dot, dot. Darling, can you hear me? Yes, my love. You've brought forth life from the primordial ooze. Crack. She's alive. She's alive. Oh yes, she is alive. Now, on with tonight's show. So, holding it a little closer now, and you can see all the colorful costumes that all the comic book characters are wearing. And this is probably my favorite picture on this page, because it looks like they are actually at a show, and you can see the audience, and it's just so very detailed. I love that. It's very, very cool, very colorful. Wonder what time it is. The way the shadows move, it must be dark again so soon. Maybe it's dark all the time now. They're out there waiting. I can feel them staring at the house, through the house, looking at me. The leg's hurting again. I don't think it's healing right. Couldn't have picked a better place to hole up. Wonder if they'll get tired of waiting. My leg is killing me. Scratch, 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 scratch. What's that noise? That scratching? Are they getting brave, trying to scratch their way into feed? No, they can't. That'd mean they're breaking the rules. And they haven't done that since this all started. When did it all begin? How long ago? It's getting hard to separate the days. Gotta stay sharp, remember. Dot, 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 dot. Scratch, 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 scratch. It was 4 nights ago when death rained down hungrily upon the city. At first, I didn't realize what they were. I was as shocked as everybody else, trying to escape the chaos, the slaughter. It wasn't until I saw the violent effect a cross had on one of the monsters that I realized what we were dealing with. Vampires. I'd seen the movies. I read the books. And it seemed the rules established by legend and popular culture were indeed true. I waited out the night in my hiding place, listening with horror to the sounds of the city being drained of life. With the dawn I ran, remembering that those who died from the bite of the vampires would in turn become vampires themselves. The city would not be a safe place come nightfall. It took longer than expected to leave Boston, my nausea at the carnage often stopping me in my tracks. On the outskirts of the city, I found a place. I didn't have a choice. The sun had begun to set and the dead to rise. As I ran, I said a silent prayer to a God with whom I had not spoken since childhood. I glimpsed the sign for the doctor's office on my way up the steps, not knowing then how important this location would be to my continued survival. Peyton Green, MD, is what the doctor's office label says. So there is his hiding spot. That is the house that he is staying in right now. This is the next page here with some other pictures. That is the doctor's office right there that he's walking into right now. The steps make a very specific sound, and it just says, here. The pain was blinding, but the survival instinct kicked in, and I reached into my pocket for something I had brought from the city. Garlic. Another rule proven true. Vampires are repelled by the fragrant plant. To my surprise, it never came. The vampire simply milled about outside, glaring. The door was unlocked, and I scrambled inside. My head swam from the pain of my ruined ankle as I pressed my back against the heavy wooden door and prepared for the inevitable onslaught. And snarling at the house, as if they were waiting for something, an invitation. I remembered the rule then. A vampire cannot enter a dwelling unless invited. I would be safe in the house. Scratch, 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 scratch. The damage to my ankle prevented me from trying to find other supervisors. Okay. The damage to my ankle prevented me from trying to find other survivors. What is that noise? Rucka, 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 scritch, 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 rucka, 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 scritch, 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 scritch. The vampires. It can't be them. They follow the rules. Maybe it's my imagination, having indulged my pain a bit too much. No, it's real, and it's trying to get inside. I stare at the monsters standing in the doorway, rats dancing about, his feet like happy lapdogs. I'm suddenly overcome with terror. The-gum, 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 the-gum. Screech, 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 the-gum, the-gum, the-gum. Screech, 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 the-gum, the-gum, the-gum. I know I'm safe, that the leering vampire cannot enter, but there's something about the way he looks at me. Go away, you haven't been invited. You can't break the rules. My heart stops dead as I watch the monsters pass over the threshold, a moving carpet of rats covering his feet. Rules. I am breaking no rules, you pathetic little man. Screech, 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 screech. Red, animal eyes hold me against the wall with their intensity, its voice the most horrible of sounds. Now, why would I need an invitation? I live here. The words reverberate through my fevered brain. I watched with increasing terror as the invading nightmare walks through the door. No, please, no, 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 no. motioning with a long, spidery hand to the others who have waited so patiently, inviting them in for a bite to eat. And all my friends are welcome. Dot, 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 dot. Scrooge, 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 Scrooge. So that was the end of that little short story there. I hope you liked that. It's just a little short vampire story. So this next one looks very cool. I think it's going to be enjoyable for me and you. So before I start on this, I'll just show a little sneak peek picture of what it is all about. You can see Frankenstein right there. You can see a little, I think that is a werewolf's hand painting some yellow and white flowers. Pretty, super pretty. Alright, and this one says, America's favorite monsters. Itchy, Peterson, just born lucky, I guess. Okay. A sweet guy, a really sweet guy. He was never, too busy, even if it was just some Halloween party for my kids. Sweet guy. Harry Levitas, agent. Oh, the very best, absolutely. Itchy Peterson, my goodness. Nobody ever did the creature revealed shot better than Itchy, and I mean nobody. In the trade, we still call that shot a Peterson. A Peterson. A Peterson. Well, we've lived next door to Frank and Benny nearly 20 years now. We've known him man and beast. Ha ha ha. Oh, Roy. Roy and Jesse Strong, neighbors. Dot dot dot. And this through here, this is our bathroom. You know, when you said, did we ever argue? Well, this is it. What we argue about. See, Frank takes a bath. He never cleans the plug, Of course, it gets blocked and I have to fish out these big clots of hair that are like 6 feet long. I always say, that's it. Where's my silver bullets? Ha 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 ha. Benny Peterson, wife. I still get work a little. Commercials sometimes, And Harry, whenever they show my movies anywhere, Harry sees that I get a check. No, it's good, it's good. These days I can paint more. Well, I don't believe is sometimes I sell these pictures now. $200, $300. Incredible. Jerry, my son, he gets real mad. He gets real mad. He says people only buy them because... dot dot. He says people only buy them because, being guilty or this or that. I say to him, Jerry, people just like flowers. Francis, itchy person. I have a good life. I have a very good life. What I've done to deserve this, I don't know. Just born lucky, I guess. Frank, come on in, sweetie. Your super's ready. Your supper's ready. They were always very nervous about Itchy. I mean, they knew he'd had to leave hungry. guess, they figured it could happen again. Thelma Duncan co-star. I'll show you in a second. But could they do? Everybody loved the guy. I'll tell ya, filming with Itchy, I had the most laughs. There were worse wolves in Hollywood than Itchy Peterson. So there's them sitting on the couch, the Itchy Peterson and Itchy's wife. And there is Thelma Duncan. So the story continues. And this next page is a couple scenes of them actually making the movie that they're talking about. All the scenes and stuff. So this is going to be kind of funny. So Steve, what is it? Did you hear something? Great heavens, don't look, Sally. It's too horrible. Bride of the Wolfman, RKO 1948 outtake. Eek. Raw. Cut. Itchy, you've got a piece of toilet paper on your shoe. Get behind me, Sally. I'm sorry, everybody. Back in Hungary, we didn't have toilet paper. My mom told me. She said don't work with kids or animals. So I will hold this closer so that you can kind of get a look at the black and white photos if you're watching. If you're not watching, just keep relaxing, laying back and keeping your eyes closed and listening to the whispered story. And then, of course, a couple pictures of the medical doctor. Okay. Well, see, what it is, every 6 weeks or so, I go to collect my pills, my prescriptions, It's no big chore. Mostly, when I go there, I walk through the park. It's not so good there now. You get a lot of those mummy kids there. I got nothing against mummies. No, some good ones. But those kids, ... Still, in the park, it's nice. The people here, they all know me. And the flowers. In spring, the flowers in the park, so beautiful. So beautiful. With my medicine, what it is, I take 2 every day except on my special day every month. And then I take 6. It's better so I don't act up like how I used to. But how do I explain it? In the old country. In the old country. When I was a young man, I have so many memories. So many memories running through the flowers. Now that is quite a beautiful scene in your head, running through the flowers in the old country. That's beautiful. This next part, it is just a few more clips of the Wolfman and Frankenstein doing a movie scene together. These are quite cheesy stories for a horror story comic book. But I hope you guys are enjoying these. I know they're kind of short and right to the point, but they still look pretty cool. Pretty cool images and everything. And, yeah. Okay, so this scene here, Frankenstein, he's holding out his arms, he's like, and now, ... you, ... die, ... The Ritz brothers meet the spooks, RKO 1948 outtake. Now you, ... Ooh, ow. What are you doing? Cut. Itchy. That's enough. Oh, jeez. ... And here, what I have is my den. You see this, the Wolfman kit, made by Aurora? It was me who posed for that, not Cheney. Good work, $50 an hour. I knew Cheney, a great man. He wanted to run like the wolf. He'd come and talk to me to get advice. I say to him, Lon, it is the shoulders. You don't got the shoulders. All the people I've met, ... I've had a good life. And Benny, she is a very good woman, very understanding. She is strong enough for me to love. I figure, what don't I have? I got my house, my wife. I got all the beautiful flowers to paint in spring. I got my memories, you know. I got my memories. And that's how the story ends. He's got his memories, guys. So yeah, he's got his memories. And he has got his wife. And he's got his house. He's got it all, folks. So yeah, good memories are something that can last a lifetime, even for monsters. So I hope that you enjoyed these stories. I did change up a few things throughout the comic book, just to keep it more on a family-friendly level, keep it more Prim ASMR, okay? So if you do ever go out and come across any of these Nightmare Theater comic books, just know that there might be a little bit more graphic things than what I had told you today. And I'm not familiar with any of the other comics, so I don't know what those are about. But I did love a lot of the illustrations throughout this comic book. A lot of the colorfulness and the facial expressions, all that stuff. So yeah, that completes today's